One of the most talked about players in women's basketball right now is Caitlin Clark. She set records and packed venues while attending the University of Iowa, where she first gained notoriety. She attracted notice with more than just her abilities when she joined the WNBA in 2024. She changed the league in this way. Viewership reached all-time highs, products raced off the shelves, and ticket sales skyrocketed. However, Clark is now advocating for a cause greater than herself. She is demanding that the WNBA as a whole reform. A straightforward yet impactful statement was printed on black warm-up shirts that Caitlin Clark and dozens of her teammates wore during the 2025 WNBA All-Star Weekend in Indianapolis. "Give us the money you owe us." This wasn't only a style decision. It was a direct request to the WNBA with the goal of igniting a discussion about equitable compensation and regard for the women who support the league. The clothes immediately took front stage. Reporters shouted questions, fans rejoiced, and the WNBA player salary controversy made national headlines for the first time in a long time. Neither Clark nor her teammates were timid. They demonstrated that this demonstration was well organized, coordinated, and long overdue. Those statements sent a message that went beyond money. It has to do with being appreciated. You must comprehend the figures in order to comprehend the protest. The WNBA and NBA now have a huge salary disparity. A WNBA player typically earns between $72,000 and $12,000 annually. Even though Caitlin Clark is the league's most talked about athlete and the first overall choice in the 2024 draft, she only makes roughly $78,000 in her first season. That works up to less than $340,000 over her whole 4-year rookie deal. In contrast, a rookie NBA player may make over $1 million. Furthermore, it goes beyond the stars. NBA bench players, even if they just play a few minutes each game, get a lot more money than WNBA starters. Clark and her co-workers are working to alter this. They seek an improved collective bargaining agreement, which is the formal contract that establishes player and team regulations, wages, and working conditions. The 2025 season marks the end of the current CBA. Players decided to opt out of it early in 2024. The talks with the league haven't gone smoothly since. Numerous athletes, including well-known figures like Breanna Stewart, have expressed disappointment with the WNBA executives' meetings. They believe that there isn't any genuine progress being achieved. "We should be paid more, and hopefully that's the case moving forward as the league continues to grow," Clark stated during All-Star Weekend. She said that everyone in the group joined together to support the demonstration, which wasn't simply her idea. It served as a signal of solidarity between new players like her and seasoned players with years of league experience. The 2025 Commission's Cup, a mid-season competition with cash prizes, made the problem of inadequate salary even more apparent. The Indiana Fever, Clark's squad, emerged victorious from the competition. The winning team's players received bonuses totaling about $45,000. That is over twice as much as what WNBA players receive for taking home the finals championship. Clark was taken aback and perplexed. "We receive more for this than you do if you're a champion," she said in a live webcast with her admirers. "It doesn't make sense." She even made a joke about it, referring to WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert by dubbing it the Kathy Cup. Despite being a light-hearted joke, the name sent a strong message. The wage scale for the league is flawed. Clark was being truthful, but she wasn't attempting to be rude. She is aware of the amount of attention she draws to the game. People are paying close attention to her performance. "We're selling out of tickets. The players aren't receiving their fair share of the WNBA's growing number of sponsors." She expressed what many players and fans were already considering. There must be a change. In this battle, Clark is not fighting alone. The message is being supported by players around the league. Her all-star teammates, including Kelsey Plum and Nafa Collier, have also voiced their opinions. More than 40 players gathered at the All-Star festivities to discuss their objectives for the upcoming CBA. They desire better working conditions, increased revenue sharing, and higher compensation. There is more than one player at issue in this protest. It concerns women's basketball's future. When players see how much they are contributing to the league's expansion, they are fed up with hearing that there is not enough money to compensate them adequately. Despite being referred to as a once-in-a-generation player, Caitlin Clark receives compensation comparable to that of a part-time employee. The movement also draws attention to the many ways in which players are handled. In order to make ends meet during the off-season, several WNBA players play abroad. Their bodies suffer as a result, and they have less time to relax. It also calls into question safety, particularly in less secure or stable nations. Players are now requesting that the league assume accountability and enhance domestic circumstances. Better amenities, safer transportation, and, above all, fair pay are what they desire. They think the WNBA can become a major sports league, but only if it begins to treat its athletes with dignity. In a short period of time, Caitlin Clark has accomplished more for the WNBA than most people could have predicted. Game attendance has increased significantly since she joined the league. In terms of ticket sales, Clark's team, the Indiana Fever, has topped the league. To accommodate the large audiences who attend her performances, some teams are even relocating their games to larger facilities. Additionally, TV ratings have increased. Clark starring games are frequently the most watched of the week. Outside of the WNBA, her jerseys are among the best-selling in all of basketball. She has demonstrated that there is a sizable market for women's basketball when it is given attention and has assisted in attracting new followers to the sport. This increase in popularity has also resulted in increased funding and sponsors. However, the players haven't received a large portion of that money. Clark and others are curious as to why. They think they ought to benefit from the league's growth if they are contributing to it. The league is still not as profitable as the NBA, according to some detractors. Players like Clark, meanwhile, aren't requesting millions of dollars all at once. They are requesting equity. They desire a portion of the money they contribute to making. They feel it is only fair that they gain if the league's financial success is a result of their diligence and popularity. The WNBA must make a choice. The players' opinions have been heard. The leadership of the league must now act. One of the most significant contracts in WNBA history will be the new CBA. The pressure is greater than ever, with celebrities like Caitlin Clark at the forefront. Fans are also keeping a close eye on it. The players are receiving a lot of support. People who agree with the "pay us what you owe us" statement are all over social media. Some NBA players have even shown their support for their WNBA sisters. The new CBA must be completed by October 2025. A lockout or strike may result if the league and the players are unable to come to an agreement before that time. Although nobody likes it, the players have demonstrated that they are prepared to take decisive action in order to defend their rights. In all of this, Clark plays a crucial part. She is a leader in addition to being a gifted athlete. She is speaking up for all the women in the league, not just herself, by leveraging her position. And she's doing it with poise, assurance, and strength. She and her comrades are sending a very obvious message. The game is adored by them. Although they take pride in their accomplishments, they will no longer tolerate being underappreciated, underpaid, or disregarded. They are prepared to receive the expert treatment they deserve. Basketball is not the only conflict in the WNBA right now. It is a component of a larger movement that is taking place in various sectors and sports. Women are speaking up and calling for parity in treatment. Although Caitlin Clark's protest is only one aspect of that tale, it serves as a potent illustration of how change starts. A new age of prosperity for women's sports may begin if the league pays attention and collaborates with the athletes to negotiate a better agreement. More sponsors, more admirers, and more talent are arriving. Respecting the individuals who create the game is the first step, though. Despite being a rookie when she joined the WNBA, Caitlin Clark is already establishing herself as a true game share. She is demonstrating what it takes to be a leader both on and off the court. And if the league is astute, it will pay attention to her advice and act accordingly. As one thing is now quite obvious. The players have finished waiting, and they have no intention of giving up. If this video helps you grasp the WNBA's actual situation, Please remember to press the like button and subscribe for more important sports news. It's time for the world to pay attention to Caitlin Clark and her colleagues because they are not only creating history but also calling for genuine change. Tell us in the comments section. Is the WNBA doing enough, in your opinion? Should the players receive a larger share of the pie? Stay educated, remain brave, and we'll see you in the next video.